Good morning, everyone. Hi, hello. My name is EJ, and I am back again with another narrated art time lapse video for us to take a look at, and yeah, hopefully learn a thing or two from. So yeah, this should be the last video of the year for me. So before anything else, I would like to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all. This should be posted around Christmas. And so yeah, it is that season, that very joyous season that we all look forward to every year. So yeah, Merry Christmas. I hope your holidays are going really well and not too hectic or not too busy and whatnot. So anyways, we are taking a look at an entry that I did not enter. It's done again for another monthly challenge. I love doing challenges. That has been my thing for like the past 5 years. Almost every single piece of my work has been a challenge entry of some sort, whether it's from kritaartist.org or our professor's Discord channel, which is what this one is done for, or the character design challenge on Facebook. I just love doing challenges. I love doing prompts. I love exploring ideas that I would never have come up with in my own. So yeah, that's just been my jam. But this was an entry that I started for Art Professors. Art Professors is a YouTube channel. Do check them out. They're a great resource for any artist of any medium. They're predominantly traditional art, which I don't do as much, but they do, entertain any and all kind of art forms and whatnot. In my case, when I entered their monthly challenges, every now and then I typically do digital entries just because I love digital. I really do need to practice my traditional artwork more, my color pencils and my acrylics, but I just love doing everything in the computer. So but yeah, this challenge was for the art professors. Again, like I said, they're YouTube. They have a Discord channel, and that's where they host the monthly challenges. Sorry about my voice. But yeah, I started this entry for a challenge of theirs sometime last fall. I do believe it was like September or October of last year, 2024. I don't remember when, because it was last year. I did not finish in time. I don't even think I even finished the sketch part in time by the month end because things just got so busy for me. But I ended up working on this piece all throughout fall of last year, like on and off. I think again I might have started sometime in September with the intent of finishing this at the end of the month to turn in for the challenge. But I didn't finish, and I just kept working on it all through October, all through November, and I do believe I eventually ended up finishing it sometime either late November or early December. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember exactly. But I took my time with this piece. I really did, and I am happy that I did because it turned out great. I love how it looks. My intent with the prompt, first things first, I even forgot to mention what the prompt was. The prompt was jewelry. And so basically we're supposed to draw some form of jewelry or do some form of artwork that involves jewelry. And as you can see, it's a face of a beautiful girl with jewelry all around her. She has this choker that is just full of golden insets of whatnot. I'm not quite sure if that's the right jewelry terminology to use, but yeah, so she's wearing a choker with a bunch of gold insets. She's wearing a very lavish earring as well as a lavish hairpin. Very detailed hairpin. So yeah, But really, my intent on this piece was to draw something beautiful. I don't draw beautiful girls enough. Sometimes when I do characters, I tend to do them kind of fast and quick, and I kind of just focus really, on like the overall look of the female. I don't really focus a whole lot on the face or like making the face really beautiful. Obviously I took a way different approach with this one. I really wanted to make this girl look beautiful, and I think I did a really good job. I really think she's pretty. So she might not be your type, I get it, but yeah, she's beautiful. But anyways, I've gone on a whole lot about what this prompt or what the artwork is and what it's all about. I have been neglecting to talk about the process, so let's talk again real quickly about the process. Going back to the very beginning of the video, I started with a quick sketch. I did different layers of sketches. I did a sketch for the face and the overall look of the female, and then on separate layers I sketch out the jewelry. I was referencing a bunch of photos that I found online, of course. Reference is always good to use for your artwork. So I found a bunch of real life jewelry, and I just basically kind of just copied it in a way. I mean, it's not obviously a direct copy because all the photo references I use are just photos of the jewelry and not being worn by a female, so it wasn't like a direct copy or anything. But yeah, I had references that I used and basically did quick sketches of what it would have looked like if a person was wearing it. Those were all on separate layers. As soon as I have all those rough sketches, then I started doing the clean line sketch, which is that black nice sketch that I have. So yeah, I have that in one layer, and then as soon as I finish with that sketch, I lay down some colors. I really love the green background that I used. It was pretty much all over the piece, and it kind of blended with the skin, and you could see some green tones in the skin that I had to like work and rework when I was working on this piece. I'll talk some more about that later. But yeah, I laid down some colors, smudge all of them, merge everything, like all the sketch and then all the different color edits that I did, merge them all those in one layer, smudge everything just so that I could get this base painting or this base of which to paint things on. And then as soon as I got that base, I started doing my detailing process, which is what we are taking a look at right now. You can see me slowly start to smooth things out on the face, doing the blending on all the gradation that we see, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing the detailing for the next few minutes. And again, the detailing process that I do is basically I just go over all the blending, make things smooth. I delineate my edges, which means I make my edges sharper so that things read a little better. I accentuate my shadows, so anything that needs darkening, I do darken some more, and then of course I add highlights. And so I do that process repeatedly throughout sections of the piece. Slowly, I obviously started with the face and then slowly zoom in and started working on the eyes, which is what we're taking a look at right now. And then yeah, I'll just be moving all over the piece, doing this over and over again until I get a nice clean image or a nice finished image, which is pretty and gorgeous. So yeah, but yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at that process in the next few minutes. I'm gonna pause talking for now, come back again with my review of my piece. This has been my standard operating procedure: talk about the process and then talk about my thoughts about the piece. What are the successes, what are the failures, and whatnot. So yeah, my self-critique incoming later on. Do enjoy the show. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up my conversation about this piece right about now. So yeah, let's talk about my thoughts on this piece. I really love the girl. I thought the girl looks really beautiful. One thing I forgot to mention earlier is that when I sketched out the girl, I didn't really have a person in mind. She was just a sketch from off the top of my head. But halfway through, I know I needed to pull a reference for a female, especially for like the lighting conditions and whatnot. The person that I found as a reference is Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale is really pretty. I have a crush on her. She's a very gorgeous girl. And so I just randomly just did a Google search for Kate Beckinsale photos because I know that there's going to be a lot of them, right? And then I found the perfect one that has the same exact lighting conditions as this piece that I'm drawing. So you could see the influence of that photo on the girl, because when I sketched out the girl, like I mentioned, she was just a sketch. I didn't have a person in mind on who she was going to look like. But as you can see right now, she does kind of look like Kate Beckinsale. So my sketch ended up looking more and more like Kate Beckinsale when I was drawing this piece, because of course my photo reference was Kate Beckinsale. So I thought that's kind of funny and unique. But yeah, so I used Kate Beckinsale and whatnot, and the girl is really beautiful because of that. So Kate Beckinsale is beautiful, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. As for the jewelry, I love my drawing of the jewelry. I thought I did a great job looking at those photo references that I downloaded from the internet and then redrawing them in this cohesive piece, right? I think I did a good job. I'm not too sure. I love the green on the skin and on the hair, right? I absolutely love the look of that, but I don't think the green did very well with the jewelry itself. Like, I really should have pumped more of the warm colors in the jewelry, because, you know, gold, since the whole idea behind this piece is that all those jewelry is gold based, right? Gold is very, very warm. It has warm colors. It has reds, oranges, and yellows. The green on it kind of kills all that, right? So I don't think using the green on the jewelry is a success. My use of the hoodie for her clothing is really, really off. My whole idea behind the hoodie was to kind of offset the formality of the jewelry, right? Like, I wanted to have something a little bit casual together with the very royal, regal look of the jewelry. Obviously, it's a mismatch. So typically when you wear jewelry, you are wearing your Sunday best clothing. You don't just go out wearing just a hoodie. So now that I look back at this, I think the hoodie is just the wrong choice for an outfit. So I don't think that was a very good choice on my part, but I still like the look. I think it's pretty unique. So yeah, I mean, I personally love it, but I could now understand why the general public would think that would be a kind of a really off call. So, but yeah, that's my thoughts on the piece. And yeah, this piece is almost done. Again, like I mentioned, I didn't finish this in time, but I really, really love the time that I spent on this and that how I slowly developed this piece. But anyways, this is the end of the illustration. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Good night.